Thank you. And thank you for being part of my life and co-creating. I have an extraordinary life. I can remember probably 18, 19 years ago when I first listened to you, and I heard you say something, you can't imagine how good it can get. And I still can't imagine how good it keeps getting. It's pretty delicious. So I would like an update on the languaging. About a year ago, you had a grid. Then we moved to the high-flying disc, and now you were into wanting step 4. I didn't hear step 4 mentioned at all during this.
But step 4 really is the nailing of, the conscious understanding and nailing of and maintaining the receptive mode. Step 4 living is understanding all of this and just holding that frequency, the dominant intent being to be right there, and a conscious and successful management of vibration.
So the top of our high-flying disc is step 4. If we go back to that language, when you're on your high-flying disc, you're open, you're flowing in your step 4.
The high-flying disc that she's talking about, if you're not aware, is we're talking about that depending upon what you're feeling in any moment is an indicator of what you've got going on vibrationally. And whatever you've got going on is also what you have access to. So sometimes you're reaching for something that's in a different vibration than where you are, and you just can't get there. So the emphasis must be upon the improving of the way you feel and the movement on the discs. And the high-flying disc, of course, is that good feeling, high-flying, light-hearted, eager, fun, appreciative. That's the way it feels when you're in that vibrational vicinity. So step 4 is just understanding that and managing it and being there mostly. That's really all that it is. As you've been listening to us for a while, and it is pleasing to us that you are recalling so many of the things that we were emphasizing primarily as we were interacting with you at different phases of your understanding. Everything that we ever said is the same thing that we always say. It's just another way of saying it, because sometimes you get complacent in the hearing of it, so it's just blah, 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 blah words. And so we're always offering the intention again, and Esther, largely in part from the life that she is living, is finding yet another and another and another and another and another way of putting into words and clear examples the vibration that we are offering. It's just a constant renewal of the interpretation. And when you think about it, in light of what we were talking about here today, that right here, right now is where the leading edge is. In other words, right here, right now is where the juncture of you and your physical form and you and your non-physical form are converging. This is where all of the good stuff is. This is where everything is. It's where all of the insight is. It's where life is. It's now. It's right now. It's not then, and it's not going to be later. It's not before, and it's not after. It's now. It's right now. Right now. Right now is when you're offering your vibration. And right now is when you're receptive of your fuller perspective or not. So everything that we've been saying to you has been about you understanding that. And so let's call that step 4, that conscious realization that here you are. When someone says, I'm on the brink of something, we want to say, yes, brink. It's always a new, right now, here, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. And life just keeps coming to you to help you to refine and define and decide what you are next going to take delight in the realization of. Yes.
And it keeps getting sweeter and sweeter, that's for sure. So another question in a totally different direction. I have some friends who are really into astrology, really into the Mercury retrograde. And when I think about that, I think that that don't sign papers, don't do this, don't do that during the time. That has to be counter, because if the law of attraction is always there and always consistent, then a shift in the planets can't change the law of attraction not to work. So is it not working for those people because they believe that they're going to have a problem with it?
Expectation is everything. Let's talk about that just a little bit, because it's logical, isn't it? If we say to you that your point of attraction is whatever it is, based upon what you're emitting. And that your now and your point of attraction and law of attraction are all converging now. And so before you were in this body, there was a now, there was a you that was only non-physical and only non-resistant and holding intentions of being here, clear intentions of the deliciousness of this time-space reality and the potential that it provided for everyone coming forth into it. So if in your now there is a path that is calling you in a very productive, let's even call it best case scenario way, then it is logical, isn't it, that there was a path about your emergence into this time and place. So we are not going to discount in any way the timing of your emergence here or the intentions that you hold. But so many use those things against themselves instead of for themselves. You see what we're getting at?
I do.
You are the current creator of your own reality. And while Source is with you and always knowing the value and the worthiness and, here's a better way of saying it, always knowing where you stand in relationship to everything you want and calling with powerful precision, which creates a path for you to find your way there. That's the guidance that you're reaching for. And in the same way that we were explaining, you cannot put it in a book and guide yourself from that. You cannot put it on a chart. Someone else cannot interpret it. Oh, they can, but what is the accuracy of it? And so those who are involved in that, who are really successful and helpful for others, are those who are intuitively picking up on the energy of your calling. They're not those that are getting it, because that's changing constantly, you see. We find it interesting that anyone would think it prudent to dig up some text from 2,600 years ago or 26,000 years ago or any time before, written by someone else at a different time with their set of intentions, and try to guide your life by it now, when you have in real time, in step 4 living time, you have awareness of what is desired and awareness of where you are in relationship to it, and a powerful guidance to lead you to what? To lead you to what? Not to the fulfillment of everything that you think you want in those real terms, to lead you to the alignment, which is what you want, for then to be in the creation mode of molding it into place. So anything that presumes that it's been predetermined or predecided, and that you're just here like puppets on a string trying to find your way to that, is discounting the whole reason that you're here. Yeah.
I was led to Abraham by my inquisitive mind, and I loved everything that I experienced all these years. And I just wanted to tell you how appreciative I am of all that happened. And especially of the humor, which I think is sort of Esther's part in it, really loving humor that
she is
comes
the accurate translator of what we mean. She's the accurate translator of what we mean.
Yes.
The nuances matter, don't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
I adore this, that it's always such a laugh here. I mean, that's something. What is going through my mind these days is something of a movement you make, or Esther makes, so this is what we don't want, and then you do like this, and I like that. Can you do more of it? So not even touching what I don't like.
We're wanting you to feel the essence of the current. We're wanting you to understand this calling. We're wanting to give you a visceral feeling of the path calling you. We're wanting that current, that momentum, that direction, that intention to feel palpable and real and tangible and recognizable to you. So that's what that's all about.
Yes, and it goes up. So whenever something is there that I don't like, and I don't really touch it, but sort of get the curve, and it always takes me higher. Is that because you're talking about today? We're talking about there's always a next level and a next level and a next level, and I like that.
Yeah.
So this is. Can I do anything to do that more?
In the early days, when we were speaking with Abraham, when Esther was allowing Abraham to flow, she felt a instability in it. The energy of Abraham was more momentum. She could get to the frequency of it, but the momentum of it was more than she was quite ready for. And so it provided for her a sort of experience of instability. So she sat always. She sat with no movement, sort of clinging for dear life to the chair that she hoped grounded her, because there was some small sense that if she let go, she might just... And then one day, it was in Austin, Texas, there was a larger group showed up than the room really could comfortably accommodate. And so people couldn't see her when she was sitting down. Early days, no platform and that sort of thing. And Jerry said, Esther, do you think you can stand up? And Esther said, well, clearly I can stand up, but I don't know what it's going to be like. So Jerry took a chair and put it in front of her, and she sort of held to the back of the chair. And for the first time, allowed Abraham to flow through her in a standing position. And at the end of the day, she said to Jerry, oh, that was so good for me. That was the best, because the energy was just moving in such a... I'm not tired at all. There was something freeing about the energy moving. And once she realized she was stable and let go of the chair and allowed herself to not just translate the vibration of Abraham verbally, allowed herself to translate the vibration of Abraham in every way that we were meaning it, as much as her physical body can accommodate under these conditions, then she felt freer and freer and freer as she is demonstrating more and more and more accurately what we are meaning. But there is measurement in all of that, because there can also be a distraction of such things. So we are tempering what we are offering to Esther, and through time and through experience, she has found her way of being descriptive of what we mean in every way that we mean it. So as you tune into this, you find that too. And the movements are not in and of themselves meaningful. They are just descriptive of what Esther senses we are presenting to her. That's all. That's all.
It always feels good to... So what you described just now is, can we really let go as much as to let the momentum become more and more?
Well, you let go to the degree that you have practiced. In other words, you have to get on the verge of letting go before you let go. It's a ongoing, evolving process for all of you. But trust has been mentioned 2 or 3 times here today, and trusting in well-being is what is the basis of everything, isn't it? In other words, when you know that all is well, then you're in that relaxed place of allowing the wellness to demonstrate itself. And to the degree that you're tense, you don't allow the well-being to demonstrate itself. And then in the disallowing personally the well-being to demonstrate itself, then you come to all of these flawed and erroneous conclusions that there is someone preventing you from the well-being, and eventually it gets labeled demon or devil or Obama.
Yeah.
In other words, always some label for someone or something who is preventing you from what you want, you see. Yeah.
Great.
Enough?
Oh, I could stay here forever, but thank you.
Very good.